everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jalen and today I'm doing the DNF Tag. Okay, so today my beer of choice is Rainbow Sherbet. That's how you say it, right? People say sherbet, but it's sherbet, I think. There's no R. Like, I don't understand that. But anyways, this is one of my favorite sours ever. I don't think I've had this on my channel before. Apologies if I have, but it's from Prairie Artisan Ales. I always share their sours on here, but this one is a sour ale with rainbow sherbet flavors. So, you know, pride themed, love it. I mean, rainbow, I'm just assuming it's pride themed, but I'll take it. But it's so good. It tastes like sherbet, like literally, but like in the best way. It's not like disgusting, like sweet or anything. It's like a light beer. It just has a light, like sherbet-y flavor to it. That's very crisp and tart, and I love it. It's so good. Yeah, if this is in your area, buy it. Just pour this poorly. Puns. Okay, so let's just get into the questions here. 1, do you DNF? Yes, I do, but very rarely I find. So like for a while, let me get this out of the frame. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm an unprofessional booktuber today. I don't know what all these fucking noises are. I'm sorry. Apparently the world's ending in Phoenix. So yes, I do DNF. It is pretty rare when I do it, but usually if I do, it's a book that I'm just really not enjoying at all, which it's hard for me because like I'm in this really exploratory phase of my reading right now and where I'm trying different things, different genres, and I always try to give a book the benefit of the doubt, sometimes to my detriment. I always feel bad DNFing, like the author put so much work into it, what if I end up liking it like at the 100-page mark rather than the first like 25 pages, whatever. So that's something that's tough for me. I don't like DNFing and I try to avoid it at all costs, but sometimes the books are just begging to be DNF, so I do it. Or I have like very unique reasons for DNFing, like being spoiled. That has most recently led me to DNF a book, but usually I try to push through, but if a book is just not speaking to me, I will DNF it, even though I hate doing it. It sucks, especially when you pay a lot of money for books. Like if you buy a brand new hardback, that's like usually $27, and it's wasted because it's a DNF. Like it's just the worst feeling. So question number 2, if you DNF a book, do you count it towards your total read for the month? And for this one, I don't. I feel like if I haven't read the book in full, I haven't really read it. I mean, I think if I read like more than 50%, maybe I would include it, but that hasn't really happened to me. So yeah, don't usually do that. Question number 3, is there a difference between DNFing or just putting a book aside for a bit? And for me, absolutely. As I'm a huge mood reader, I tend to just kind of like pick up books and put them down. Like for example, I have the book right here, so I'll just pull it out. I started this one like a week and a half ago or something, and I got like 35 pages in, was loving it, and then I picked up this book and A Separation by Katie Kitamura. So like, I don't know, like I was loving this. I don't know why I decided to pick up other books. I'm just crazy. So yeah, like there's other times when I pick up a book and I'm like, I will love this. Like I think it's gonna be a 5-star read, but I just want to save it for when I want to like fully appreciate the 5-star read, if that makes sense. So yeah, huge difference. Like if I DNF a book, that means like I'm killing it. Like I don't want it anymore. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to come back to it. Like I'm done with it. So yeah, huge difference there for me. Okay, question number 4, what popular book did you DNF? And please, no one come for me in the comments. I have a story, so before you come for me, listen to the story. It is A Little Life by Hanya Nagahara. For this one, I got 150 pages in and actually was really enjoying it. Like I like the writing style, I like the characters, introduction to them. I mean, for a while I've been considering reading this book, but I kept pushing it off because I knew how sad it is, and I love to watch, you know, A Little Life reading vlogs like Noelle Gallagher, Grace, GK Reads. I love watching those. It's always interesting to see people's reaction to the book, and it makes you naturally intrigued to read it. And so I decided to do that myself, and so I embarked on the journey of reading A Little Life. And I found that I wasn't enjoying myself reading it though. Like I liked the writing style, but I was constantly like sitting there reading it and like waiting for the sadness to happen. And I wasn't like, I kept just thinking like, okay, when it's gonna get sad, like I'm nervous, like I wonder how it's gonna, I'm trying to like predict what was gonna happen and everything. And it was just not a really organic reading experience for me. And so in light of that, I went on Goodreads and I was reading some reviews, and then I came across one that happened to spoil the ending like completely. And in light of me waiting for the sadness to come and knowing what happens and not fully enjoying myself reading it, I was like, you know what? I'm sick of like having the pressure that I like self-inflicted pressure reading this book, so I'm just gonna not. So yeah, I DNF'd it, and I think I'm just gonna leave it DNF'd. I pretty much know the plot of this book by now from like watching reading vlogs, seeing that review. I kind of like, I think I get the point. So I'm just gonna leave it to the side. I know there's probably a lot of fans out there of the book that are gonna say, read it anyways, which, I mean, I appreciate the love for the book. I just don't think I want to read it, and I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, question number 5 is what book do you wish you had DNF'd? And for this one, I have to say it is Department of Speculation by Jenny Awful. I did not have a fun time reading this book, but thankfully it was so short. but I still kind of felt like a slog reading it. Like, I should have read it way more quickly than I did. Like, it took me a few days, but that book could be read like in a single sitting. Or it took me like 2 days, I think, which isn't that long at all, but I felt like forever. So the book is told in fragments, which I've already been skeptical of, and this book just kind of like confirmed that I generally don't like it. Like, I'm very skeptical if a book is told in fragments. I'm not likely to like it. Yeah, I just find that the form is just so, like, you can't really get into a flow easily with it. Like, each little fragment is a different idea or thought, and they're supposed to be somewhat like related to each other, but sometimes it's just like random. Like, why? Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me being small brained, but like sometimes she would just throw in a fragment. I'm like, okay, and then it pulls you out of the story, and then you don't really get fully invested in the characters because it's always fragmented. Yeah. Is it? So yeah, it follows this woman that is in a marriage that turns sour, and she has a kid, and I don't, like, I got nothing from the book. I'm sorry. Like, it just was not good. And so I'm so mad that I spent the 2 days reading it. It could have been a lot worse. Like, it's annoying when you read, like, a long book and you wish you DNF'd it. Like, that would suck. I don't think I've really had that happen to me before, but yeah, not fun. Question number 6, do you ever reattempt to read a DNF, and has that ever worked for you? I've never attempted reading a DNF, I don't think. Yeah, like, more so it's the books that I pick back up again are those that I set aside for the moment. But as for DNFs, no, I haven't picked it back up because I usually feel so strongly in my feelings about setting it aside or DNFing it, killing it, that I just don't want to pick it up again. But if that ever happens, I will update you all, of course. Question number 7, what do you do with books that you DNF? Currently, like, the ones most recently that I have DNF'd, I actually still have them, and I don't know why. I will, at my earliest convenience, sell them back to my local bookstore, or if they don't want to take them, they donate them, which is awesome too. So I will get rid of them because my shelves are suffering under the weight of all of my unread books. It's really bad right now. Yeah, it's terrible, but we will see. Okay, question number 8, do you choose more or less risky titles based on your stance on DNFing? I tend to read books that I really, really think I'm gonna like. I know most people do that, but I know some readers will just like try a book out of their comfort zone, or try a book that someone recommended to them even though they're not really fully sure they're gonna like it, and that's just not my style usually. I tend to play it safe with what I'm gonna like based on, like, the synopsis or the author or recommendation from an author that I love. Usually all of that has steered me in the right direction. So I do think, since I don't like DNFing books, who does really, but yeah, I tend to stay safe with my picks, and that has helped a lot. Like, I feel like if I just picked up a random fantasy book that's like totally out of my realm, I'd probably be more prone to DNFing it, or might be surprised, who knows. But yeah, I try to play it safe and to not DNF if at all possible. Yeah, not the most risky reader, but I would like to be a little bit more risky. I would like to take more chances on books that I don't think I'm fully gonna like, and then hopefully be surprised by. Yeah, definitely a goal that I've had going into this year, so I need to actually like do that, but I haven't. So yeah. All right, well, I didn't drink any of my beer, but that's all the questions of the DNF tag. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know your stance on DNFing. Do you DNF all the time? I know, like, some friends of mine, like CJ from CJ Reads, she's quick to DNF a book, and I should adopt that more often. I feel like I've read some kind of like mediocre books that I kind of wish I DNF'd. Like, I mean, most notably Department of Speculation. And yeah, okay, hi, it's me again. I was just editing my video and I realized I hadn't tagged anyone. So I tag Read by Kate, Brendan Reads, Books from Bed. You guys should do this. I'm curious. Okay, bye. Until next time, cheers.